Apart from other tech reviewers and tech influencers, which start with MONTECH products directly with their cases and cooling and stuff like that, for me and on this channel, for the first time talking about MONTECH, we're going to talk about their new keyboard. And this is MONTECH MKey Freedom TKL, which compared to some other keyboards that go into some budget category and they act a bit of a flimsy, but you go past that part because they're in the budget category, this keyboard is actually an outstanding piece of hardware. And why is that? First of all, I'm just going to say this because the weight of this keyboard is outstanding because it's 1335 grams. And you can feel the weight really just on the TKL. Imagine if I had the full size one. But regardless to that, the design of the keyboard is outstanding. And I can't wait to get more in depth with this keyboard to give you more insights because I'm already fascinated. So let's go. Features immediately that you need to know: we have Gateron G Pro 2.0 mechanical switches, we have premium MDA profile keycaps, which are 5-sided sublimation printed, we have high-grade PBT material, silky smooth keystrokes with perfect tonal key presses, full hot swappable keys, which means you can change the keycaps and you can change the switches, detachable USB Type-C, thankfully, and the theme of the keyboard is based on Osaka Castle in Japan. Now, MDA profile keycaps are crafted from premium high-grade PBT material. They are a significant upgrade from the standard OEM profile keycaps, which kind of deliver a superior typing experience, but we will get to that part later on when you hear the sound and everything that needs to be done when we're talking about key presses, keycaps, sound and everything else. So we have Gateron G Pro 2.0 key switches that are known for their smoothness. The ones that I have with this keyboard are the Yhello ones, so it's going to be quite interesting. And the best part of it is that every single key switch is pre-lubed at the factory, which gives, I would say, pre-built keyboard, pre-built product right to your table, and this is outstanding. Now, I wouldn't be saying a pre-built, perfect product without any reason, because when we tear down the keyboard, we have keycaps, we have top chassis, we have then switches, gaskets, plate, again gaskets, silicone absorbing pad, PCB board, then again silicone absorbing pad, and bottom chassis. Now, why is this so good? Because when you type, if you decide to grab this keyboard, there is no echoing. The sound absorbing pads or silicone absorbing pads create acoustic level that breaks down the noise coming from the keyboard. So I know you're going to hear this a bit from a close-up, but just to give you guys some sense before we go into that part, it's outstanding how they designed this keyboard, and this is most likely why the weight is 1335 grams. Now, of course, we have RGB lights, where MKey Freedom features a total of 18 RGB lighting modes with RGB LEDs located beneath every key. To be honest, when you look at this keyboard, would you even consider turning on the RGB? I mean, for me personally, these kind of keyboards that have a certain design or anything similar to that, I would only maximum go with white backlight. Just, you know, when you're typing or gaming in the dark, to have some sort of a light coming back to you so you can see if you need to check out the keyboard and what you're doing, just to give that. Otherwise, going with RGB spectrum or anything similar to that, for me personally, this is my personal opinion, so take that into consideration. I would leave it out without a single doubt in my mind. But regardless to that, the keyboard, if it has and if it's suitable for you, RGB lights are here. You can adjust it with this knob. Now, since I mentioned this knob right here, you have 3 modes which adjust first zoom in and zoom out, then you have volume adjustment as well, and you have a possibility to adjust the RGB lights. It's quite easy and quite simple basically. The 3 modes are switchable with the press down on the knob, which automatically changes the light of this ring right here and gives you indication in which mode you are. So if you press it once, you're in the zoom in, zoom out mode. Most likely for you guys that use Photoshop or anything similar to that will most likely be quite handy for you. Then we have another press, then you are going to the volume adjustment, and the third press is basically for the RGB lights. quite handy. It's really nicely designed. Aluminium looks quite solid and it's not flimsy, which is, well, we are talking about quite nice keyboard, so yeah, there's that. Now here is one more of my personal opinions. I honestly don't prefer having multimedia keys or function keys written on the keyboard because I like the minimalistic design without too much going on. Okay, I do accept some sort of the customized keycaps, which is quite cool, you know, if you're going with a certain theme and everything like that. But this keyboard doesn't have anything written on it when it comes to additional function keys, but you don't have to worry, they're here. You have a function button right here, and they are all located from the escape F1 to F12. So F1 is the RGB direction, F2 and F3 is the RGB speed, and F4 is the RGB brightness. Then from F5 to F8 we have multimedia buttons, and F9 is sound mute, F10 is microphone mute, F11 is calculator, and the F12 is boss mode, which means that pressing Fn and F12 you get direct access to your desktop. And then we have Fn plus escape, which basically turns off all the RGB lights. The good thing about the keyboard and why it's called Freedom is because we have a hot swappable switches, and we have swappable keycaps, which means that you can place 3-pin and 5-pin switches, and with the MX theme you can adjust the keycaps as you wish. So if you want to go with some sort of a see-through pudding keycaps or whatever you want, you can go as long as they have MX theme, which is outstanding because it gives you a possibility to personalize this keyboard as you wish, even though I don't think I would, to be honest. And then when we go at the back, at the bottom part of the keyboard, we have 3 canals, and we have USB Type-C port, which has also canals that kind of give you seamless connection, so you don't have to wobble the USB Type-C to get it perfectly aligned inside. It aligns perfectly with with these hinges, and it goes straight inside. The cable canals, well, basically you also know what it's for. So for some sort of a cable management, so you can go left, right, or straight up and adjust the cable from your keyboard to your PC as you desire, depending on which side the computer your PC is or whatever. We have 4 rubber pads. We have nice silverish MONTECH logo with MONTECH MKey TKL, which I know it's irrelevant, but I do have to state that because some keyboards don't actually have these. And the angles of the keyboard are also adjustable. So stock is 3 degrees, then the first leg is 6 degrees, and the second leg is 9 degrees. What you get inside the box is quite interesting. So you get 2 sets of custom keycaps featuring Osaka Castle theme. So you have 4 pieces in each set. So you have the space bar, you have most likely this would be for the Windows key, escape button, and we have the smaller shift. In addition to that, you get detachable USB Type-C cable, and you get a cool keycap and switch remover. We have MKey rollover with 100% anti-ghosting. The size is 363 x 136 x 41. We have 18 modes, and the cable length is 190 centimeters, which is also braided. So basically at the end, what I can do is do some sound tests and give you some insights on that as well. So Gateron G Pro 2.0, you might have seen them already on some other reviews and other channels, but all the switches are pre-lubed. Stabilizers are outstanding on the bigger keycaps because when you press, for instance, the space bar, it's evenly pushed down no matter where you press it. That goes for the shift, that goes for the enter, the left shift, and even the backspace. The caps lock doesn't have the stabilizer, and that's it. The typing fluidity, smoothness, the sound, this is really soothing. And I do have to say, with all the construction going inside, this chassis is outstanding and really brings Nice comfort to the typing, first of all. Then we have the smoothness and everything that I mentioned so far. So it's quite outstanding and enjoyable, I do have to say. Functionality, when we're talking about the FN keys, is outstanding, and I really like how they didn't print the function keys, and I'm really glad they didn't. Then we have the knob, which really helps out with zoom in, zoom out, volume adjustment, and of course finally we have the RGB modes that can be adjusted here or in their software, which you can download from their official website and control additionally everything that you want and you need for your keyboard. So finally guys, what can I say about keyboard? Basically, I would say a case manufacturer going into keyboards and delivering such an outstanding piece of hardware, which I honestly didn't expect. Even though when I received the box, I was quite shocked it was so heavy, and quite positively surprised. The enjoyment of typing is there. The pre-lubed switches, the stabilizers are outstanding. The whole constructions, as I already stated and I already said a couple of times, how they designed the whole chassis in the middle is great for you guys that love the smoothness, the fluidity, the quiet, no echoing and all the other stuff. So basically everything is here. They didn't go too much with the custom keycaps, but they did just enough to give that special touch to the keyboard. Detachable USB Type-C cable. We have keycap and switch remover. I don't know where to stop, to be honest, because it's not only about the features, it's not only about the specifications, but when you open the box and when you have such a product on the table, you're just wowed, amazed. And this is what the MONTECH MKey Freedom TKL keyboard actually makes me say wow. So PC Crazy approved badge, without a doubt. This one really deserves it. So yeah guys, I don't know else what to say. I think everything is here. I hope I covered everything for you guys to see what MONTECH is actually delivering and what will be delivered quite shortly to you guys as well. So thank you for watching today's video. If you like the video, if you like the content, and if you like the keyboard, of course, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and click the notification bell for future videos, which will definitely help grow the channel. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.